Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Fantastic Interviews. This morning, I've got a dear friend, also a ambassador of positivity. I believe he's number 9?
6.
Number 6, ambassador of positivity, number 6 for the Be Fantastic movement, and his name is Alatino Brown. And Mr. Brown is a humanitarian. He's a producer. He's a mover and shaker in Hollywood. He's got some fascinating projects he's working on, and we're working on some things together. And so I'm glad to have him on the show this morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Alatino Brown here. Well, I can only say one thing about Dr. Fantastic. He's just fantastic. And I'm proud to be a part of his movement and what he's doing in Hollywood for people all around the world. We'll soon know how fantastic Dr. Fantastic is, and I hope to make his journey fantastic. So, with that being said, Dr. Fantastic.
So this show is all about improving the mind, the body, or the planet. And as you are a humanitarian doing things for the homeless and doing for people, that I believe falls into all three categories. Because if you're helping someone that's homeless, you're helping them in their body and their soul and their mind. And as far as the planet's going, cleaning up the plight that is homelessness, just the sight of it. I mean, it really must disturb a lot of people when they drive down the street and they see a row upon row of block upon block of tents with homeless people living in it. It can't make you feel good.
Well, it doesn't make me feel good. And let me say this, because I don't know how far outside of Los Angeles this podcast is going, but let me say this. Los Angeles is a fantastic city. But as fantastic as the city is, it has a fantastic amount of problems in this city, and one of which is homelessness. Okay? But homelessness is not the only problem. It starts with every person's own self-esteem. Some of us have more than enough. Others lack sufficiently in low self-esteem or no self-esteem, which is a mental health issue that is not recognized because they can't prescribe a pill and make it go away. Now, I'm opening the can of worms for a lot of possibilities of thought and discovery within you. And if I can do that, you can be more fantastic by becoming empowered, by enlightening yourself and educating yourself that everybody's not just a bum. There are people who lost their home, gone through divorce, tragedy, death. There's a lot of issues. Veterans are out on the street because they're used to living in jungles and fighting out wars to keep us alive. Okay, PSD syndrome, they don't want to be confined. There's people in jail, have been in jail that enjoy their freedom. How do I know? I've been on the streets with them, feeding them, talking to them, watching other people do that with my camera crews, actively doing it with my hands. A very good friend of mine here in Los Angeles, E.J. Jackson, of the Jackson Limousine, every year for the last 36 consecutive years has spent over 10,000 people or more with complete Thanksgiving Day dinners. Yes, it's very honorable to serve under him. Unfortunately, he passed away. So I leave that into saying this. Everything I learned from there, I put in my heart and soul to help others, therefore developing the Project Tapestry Broadcast Network, which gives a voice to other nonprofits all over this United States of America, if we still choose to think we're united. But instead of separating and doing it on your own, no man or no organization is an island. It takes a community of people backing you up, supporting you, empowering you, and continually to enlighten you with education on situations that can be solved. They just have to be solved, not talked about. Okay? That's my feeling. And to further take up just a little bit more time in explanation to you, I'd rather show you than tell you. And of course, Alatino B. Brown, you can find me on Facebook. easier to Google me. Monty will give information on how to do that. But the Tapestry Network has now been catapulted to another dimension. One of my friends asked me about 6 weeks ago, would I help him bring a concert for world peace and humanity to Los Angeles? Because he was a UN ambassador who has done this for like 20 years or more. And what really impressed me when he came to me to work with Jerry Lewis on the muscular dystrophy telethons when I was a child. I used to watch that and said what a great man he was to help other people raise money going days at a time. That was my hero and my inspiration, and I told him I would. Well, Monty knows me very well on a very personal level outside of business. I told him I was going on vacation. I need a break from LA and the concrete jungle. I'm going to the wilderness. So I left. But before I left, I contacted the guy that I was doing the concert with and told him that I would be back. As soon as I get back, they've arranged for me to meet with the owners of the LAFC. Before that, to let Dr. Fantastic do it on this great event. But anyway, went on vacation, came back, tried to call him. We set the interview. I went in, closed the deal. Mind you, the whole venue is now mine, and I'm calling and emailing and texting, Facebook and Messenger, everything I can do to get to my partner to let him know I've secured the venue for the day of global peace and humanity to bring aid and help to the City of Angels. So he never found out that I did that, but his promise to each other, he said, we got to make this happen, and I promised him I would. As soon as I get back, I would close the deal, and I did. Unfortunately, he passed last Saturday, and just a moment, people. He passed last Saturday, so involuntarily I'd have to pick up his torch and carry it on, and now it's become a memorial event for all that knew him and loved him on his past work, and to introduce you to somebody that does. And I agreed to pick up the torch, and with Dr. Fantastic and the rest of the most fantastic group of individuals that I'm proud to call my friends, we're going to make it happen. Anyway, Dr. Fantastic, take it away.
No, you're doing very well. I did want to touch on your esteem point, how there is a low esteem out there, and that's wherein lies the magic of the Be Fantastic movement. We all have two things in common. Everyone on the planet has two things in common. They are going to be asked today how they are, a 600-year-old question, and they know that being positive is better than being negative. Well, we can't change that question. It'll be around for another 600 years. As you know, it came about during the days of the Black Plague when it was a life-saving question. Today it's a rhetorical question, but each and everybody listening to this and everybody around the world gets asked it every day. So, knowing that we can't change the question, we could change the answer. And when you change the answer, it builds your self-esteem. It creates positivity. Our logo is a bee, which represents Be Fantastic, which represents pollinating positivity. I'm on a mission to tell the children of the world to every morning say they're fantastic. Every time asked to say they're fantastic. After about the 10th time saying you're fantastic out loud, your subconscious will start believing it. And it's all about belief. If you believe I always say, if you believe you're a good-looking, successful, happy person, you are. If you believe you're an ugly, unhappy failure, you are. It's what's in your head that matters and no one else's. So I want to work with you, Alatino, and I want to get on stage on your events, and I want to spread this movement to as many people that will hear me, because it helps everyone. I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. Being positive about your day, about your love, about your life, about everything that happens is going to manifest positive results. Thinking negative is going to manifest negative results. There's too much negativity out there. I don't know if you heard that 18-second video, Alatino, that this public figure recorded about when he found out.
I probably don't remember it, but I had to regain my composure. And to add to what you said, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing to remember It's not about what you did yesterday. It's about what you do today to make your life better tomorrow and every day thereafter. Your past is gone. Let it go. You can't change it. But you can improve your present and make your future brighter every day. And little bit by little bit, as Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror, look at yourself first. Get you in alignment. Then pass that on to someone else.
Yes.
The more you tell it negativity, the less you have faith in the Lord, the less your prayers are answered. The more faith you believe that it can happen and manifest it. You see it, believe it, live it. And that is a really simple thing to say. The discipline comes from within to maintain it. No matter what happens, worrying about an issue will never solve it. You have to be proactive and positive that you will solve it. Otherwise, you'll see no other way. If you see nothing but despair, you'll fall into despair. If you see nothing but positivity and progressiveness, you will move forward. It is simple. What you do is based on choice. Your choices determine your life. Thank you so much. Be fantastic. Don't look back.
Like they say, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. And I love children because they live in the infinite present, you know? I mean, they don't think about a meal coming up. They don't think about what's going to happen tomorrow. They're thinking about exact present time, and that's why they're so idyllic, I guess. So angelic, rather, because they're living in the present. The present's all we have. It's all we have.
But follow our movement. I'm serious. Both Monty and I have our separate lives, but we also have our conjoined lives, which is making other people's lives much better.
Yes.
You know, we don't talk the talk. We actually walk the walk. You don't believe me? Get up off your behind and come out to one of our events. All right? Dr. Fantastic, it's all yours.
Well, and it's all about positivity. You know, it comes all down to positive. I was making a point there a minute ago. I have an 18-second video that this gentleman recorded after meeting me, and in 18 seconds he capsulized my last year of work since I started this movement. And he said that Dr. Fantastic is going to move the needle for people, and it's going to move the Be Fantastic movement is going to move the needle for the world and make it a better place. He said that in one take. He meant it. It was his words. It wasn't rehearsed. And to me, that's the sweetest 18 seconds that I've heard in a long time. But here's the point I was making. Someone put a thumbs down on that video. Why in the world would anyone put a thumbs down on that 18 seconds, Alatino? I don't understand the trollers. I don't understand the negative people. I have no clue why someone would give me my first thumbs down on that 18 seconds. That's the sweetest 18 seconds I've ever heard.
Well, you know, here's a thought on that, and I will keep it on a general level. You know, the more successful you get, the more people hate. Why? Because they're scared to do what you did, and they don't want to see you succeed because that would give other people inspiration, and they'd rather be bitter, wasting on dwelling on the fact that they missed a dream or made a disappointment. And rather than getting back up, dusting themselves off, they try again. They laid on the mat to defeat, and they live from that defeatist position all through life and wants to put down everybody else. Really simple. Life is what you make it. If you want to make it a disaster, that's your fault. If you make a mistake, learn from it, pick yourself up and do a better job. It's not how many times you get knocked down. Believe me, Monty and I've been through our knockdown dragouts. Okay? But it's how many times you get up, recover, and get better. That's the best victory of all. Because all those that said you couldn't make it, they're wrong. They're in despair. But show them more love because they're the ones that need it. Because that's what they're missing in their life. And because they're missing it, the only thing they have is hate. So they project it on someone else.
Yeah,
and that's really what it is.
Yeah,
they have
and
nowhere else to turn.
It's very sad.
They have a shoulder to cry on. Listen to their story. They try to help them. That's all you can do.
And I'll say it before and I'll say it again. When you live in a big city like Los Angeles or Tokyo or Chicago with millions of people, it tends to breed, because as you said before, it's a jungle, it's a rat race. It tends to breed a greedy, selfish, litigious society. And in the small towns and small villages, you don't find that. And I think one of the reasons you don't find it is because in a small town where everyone knows one another, there's accountability. But when you're driving on the 405 freeway or anywhere in Los Angeles, you don't typically know anyone. So they tend to not care a darn about anyone, because you're in their way to get to that red light to make money. And it's a shame that they don't treat humans like with any civility. So my mission is to bring, if everyone starts being fantastic, it will bring civility to the big cities of the world. This is a global movement. This isn't just for LA. This is every city in the world needs to start thinking of their neighbors, their people on the road with them, people they share the subway and the cars and on the road and the trains and the planes. They're people. They're just like you. Treat others as though you would want them to treat you. This has to be. This has to be the dictum that we teach the children. Again, your parents taught you that, but for some reason, living in a big city, it gets thrown out the window because no one matters but you getting to that red light to get to work to make the money, because it's all about the money. And I asked a lot of people, Alex, what would make you happy? Because I'm all about making people happy. And typically,
first thing they'll say is $1 million.
Yes,
so I can pay off all my bills.
Win the lottery or get millions of dollars, and they don't realize that that's a curse. And it's probably the worst thing that could happen to them. And the majority of people who've ever won the lottery regretted it. And I know, and a lot of rich and famous people, and that's not happiness. That is not happiness. Happiness is being in love, having children that you love, having friends that you respect, and it's not money. And
it's just be thankful for what you have.
Yes.
Not what you don't have.
Yes.
Okay? You will get what you want by doing what's right and being appreciative of the small things you do have. And what you're unaware of is God is protecting you from evil all the time. The more humble and blessed you are to give back to that who gave you life.
Well,
when you really surrender your free will to Him, and as it says, let His will be done, not yours.
Well,
He knew who you were before you got here. When you got here, what you were going to go through. You're no surprise to Him. It's up to you to surprise yourself with the love He builds you with from within and bring it out and share that.
Well, as you know, I don't talk politics
and we don't, I want to finish this
or religion on my show.
And make sure us down for this one. But we don't need to make America great again. We need to make it better than it ever was for somebody to beat that statistic. Are you with me, everyone?
Can I get a what's the word? Can I get a hurrah? But you're on the right track. What I'm trying to teach in my philosophies and my motivational speeches is again happiness, and the way to happiness is to find your passion. If you find your passion, you can't wait to wake up in the morning and perform it. And when you're doing your passion, you're going to do it well because you're enjoying it. And when you do it well, you'll make money from it. But the money is the icing on the cake. And unfortunately, everyone's just going after the money, and that's not the direction. I try to encourage people to find a passion, follow it, and you'll be happy.
But what God also said...
No more God. You got to stop talking religion. I don't talk religion.
Right there. Paid. So if there's so many problems out there in the world that people are talking about, and literally talking about what the problems are, there's very few of us who put the effort and energy and diligence to solve that problem. That's how you get paid. That's the reward and blessings you receive. It's not the works running down and taking pictures with somebody and giving a few spoons of rice or whatever in a food line at Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's 2 days out of 365 we have. We need this every day, every moment.
Well, that's why
every breath that we take, we need to help someone else for no reason at all. You don't need a reason to help someone.
That's correct. Well,
you always make excuses why you can't.
Yeah, as you
Stop
know,
making excuses and make progress.
As you know, I created the Supporting Our Servicemen, a 501c3 for veterans, and that is a 24/7, 365 website where people who have products or services can list it for a discount to veterans. And it's free to join nowadays. It's free for the veterans. It's always been free for the veterans. And it's a great resource for veterans to find in every city in America, when they put their zip code in, where to stay, where to dine, and where to buy things at a discount in appreciation of what they've done. So again, there are ways of doing things that everybody wins. I love when I make a project or something where everybody wins. ilovesos.org is the website. The retailer wins by getting more business and customer loyalty. The community wins by supporting veterans. The veterans win by getting discounts. And it spreads patriotism. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Wouldn't that be great to see a little bit more patriotism out there? So that's my plug for SOS, by the way. I had to throw that in there, because I'm very proud of it. It's been 7 years. It's a 501c3. It's working. It's free to everyone. I've funded it myself without any donations, and I'm very proud to say that it's out there, and it's there for everyone to enjoy and benefit from. Everybody wins. It's great, when everybody wins. And your project with the tapestry, it's going to do a lot of good for a lot of people. Project Tapestry, everybody. Do you have a website yet on that? Alatino? Did I lose Alatino?
I do have information hotline. As I said, I'm picking up the torch October 4th at the Los Angeles Football Club for a major event. It has food drives. If you have old clothes or donations that you want to make, come on out. Salvation Army, Goodwill will be there to receive those things and distribute them to those that are less fortunate. You can actually see them around the Coliseum area getting treatment and services at this event. So know your donations are going to the victims.
Are you going to have
the charity itself?
Are you going to have
the charities are all represented? By the way, if you have a 501c3 in good standing, we will take your application and promote your cause on our network at no cost to you, and put you with events to show that you're helping other people on a continuous basis. For more information, you want to do info.Project Tapestry, PROJECTAPESTRY okay? And this is an info line where you can ask us questions, direct email. You have an event that you want us to come in and help you with, an idea that's in your mind that you want to bring to reality, contact us. Let us work on getting your 501c3 in alignment with all 501(c)(3)s across this great United States.
Now,
like I said, and come together. There's more power in numbers than you trying to do it by yourself. My staff has over 35 years combined experience in multi-level facets of marketing, producing, graphics, technology. I myself celebrate 40 years of technology. I'm a network engineer, okay? It's been a fantastic career. Most recently, I shifted my focus to social media to help people. Found I was hitting myself in the head with a brick wall because it wouldn't do what I needed to do to reach thousands, millions of people all across this great United States. So as an engineer, I just designed my own network, and now everybody across the United States, even without the internet, can get that information and to tune into our network, as well as mobile devices or anything else. We are going to be your information and empowerment station for everything that's better for the next person.
Now,
so feel free, information.projecttapestry@gmail.com.
Well, wait a minute. Let me stop you for a minute.
Brown, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining the fantastic movement. I'm blessed to be number 6 ambassador with Mr. Monty Cook, Dr. Fantastic himself. He has never let me down for laughter, mentorship, or just having a meeting of the minds. And I enjoy my relationship with him. We don't get to see each other often enough, but now we need to see each other more to let each other know. With the passing of my friend, you never know when you're going to take your last breath. We never know.
Well, I don't know if I can get a breath in.
What you leave behind
trying to get
should be the best legacy for other people to follow and carry on. Because you can't carry that torch forever. Pass it on. Encourage and empower others to follow the belief system that's pleasing in the Lord's sight. Amen.
I've been trying to get a word in edgewise. Will you please? My God, Alatina, you keep trying to close my show, and you won't let me get a word in edgewise. My God, stop talking for a minute. I was trying to say that you said two different emails. One, you said information.projecttapestry, and the other one you said info.projecttapestry. Which one is it?
It's info. I-N-F-O.
That's what I thought. But the second time you said information.project. So I was trying to stop you, but you talked so quickly, and you wouldn't let me in to try to jump in there and give everyone the correct email. So it's info.projecttapestry@gmail. Okay, we got that straightened out. Jesus, you gotta take a breath every once in a while. Let me say something.
Actually, what happened, my finger, when I switched the phone position, it cut off speaker, so I didn't hear you.
Oh, that's why I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
I was still talking. I realized I didn't have the speaker on anymore.
Okay. Well, everybody, that's what you call live radio. Live podcasting, I'm proud to say that there were over 1,000 podcasts, YouTube videos, and radio shows that I've never done a second take and never done an edit or a rehearsal. It's just me talking with friends, and hopefully always smarter than myself. Of course, the YouTube is talking with complete strangers, which I enjoy because I like hearing information from everybody I meet, learning something from everyone I meet. That's how I got my education. And I'm having a hell of a time with the Be Fantastic movement. Now, one of the things I wanted to ask you, and I was trying to get a word in edgewise, is the October 4th event. Is there going to be music there?
Well, it is the concert for global peace and humanity. Pete DeLorenzo was a famous musician and session player and producer. So a lot of his friends will be there to pay their last respects and best wishes for this to succeed in his honor. And of course there's going to be music. I was born into a musical family. You can't have movies and TVs without music. How can you dance and make joyous noise upon the Lord without music?
Okay, so anybody signed yet for that gig?
Yes, there are many people already sessioned. Rock Against Trafficking, the great Gary Miller is coming on board, and we're producing his album Against Trafficking, and the album will be on sale. There's a lot of major artists that have performed and will appear on stage to present a limited number of albums that they have been signed by, starting with Cardi B, Snoop Dogg, on and on goes the list. I can't give you all of that now, but stay tuned for Project Tapestry, like I said, and we'll be sending that information out.
Okay, well, I think that we covered some nice subjects today. I'm happy that you've got that great project, which is called Project Tapestry. Everybody, be fantastic. The website's befantastictoday.com. The app on iPhones and on Androids is Be Fantastic. That's BE space Fantastic. We've got an Instagram, Be_Fantastic Forever. Twitter, Be Fantastic Today. Facebook, Be Fantastic. It's a fantastic project. It's a fantastic movement. We want everyone to be fantastic. Spread the positivity. Spread the love. Love your neighbor. Love yourself. And everyone, have a fantastic thing. Thank you, Alatina, for being part of this. And everybody, be fantastic.
Thank you, Dr. Fantastic.